Hello everyone. To start off the video, I would like to mention that 5-2 was not the most chosen invasion. There were two invasions that were chosen more than it, which was 4-1, which Sam has already a really good tutorial on. I recommend watching that if you want to improve at 4-1. And 2-4, in my opinion, is a very PF level, which means press forward, which basically means kinda easy if you know the strats and you can do the strats. Like, it's just jump timings, and it's not that much of a complex level. Unlike 5-2, which I know many people struggle with. 3-2 was also tied with 5-2, but 3-2 is also, in my opinion, mostly execution after a point, and it doesn't need that much of a tutorial as this. With that being said, let's get on into the tutorial. So, to start off with the level, you do 3 spins. You make sure to slightly delay the last one and do a YB up on D-pad. And try to land at the very start of the downhill part, essentially. Here you spin, it doesn't matter when you spin. It's also worth to say, doing a roll on this slide for some reason saves a frame. But yeah, you double spin. You wanna back kick as late as possible. That keeps that gives you slightly more speed if you do that. And max delay the jump, so you don't need to roll as much right after here. With a well-timed GP here, which I have no idea if it's frame perfect or not. I don't think it is, because it's quite easy after a bit of practice. You will go through the lasers. And now there's 2 ways to do this section. There's the WMB way, which I do here, which I stick to the laser, and then I time a spin once I cross the corner. It's important to do this spin once you actually cross the corner, otherwise you might get a slow spin dash and not hit this laser skip here. The other way is to spam attack, and you barely make it through. But sometimes you might not make it if you don't do it perfectly, so I prefer the WMB way. After skipping second laser, what I do here is I do WMB on the core of this enemy, and then I do the second spin to break the bone walls. Try to delay a bit so you get all the bone walls. And here, I don't know if this is RNG, I don't think anybody knows, but if you stick to the top and hold the angle you were holding the entire time from this section here, you should get a quite big boost in here, which is almost like if you want to get a good score on this, you need to get boost. Like, you're not gonna get a good score without getting this boost, so make sure to practice the angle, to keep the same angle every time. But sometimes you might keep the correct angle and not get it, so it might not be your fault at times. Going into the next section, you get the boost, and what I usually do is I dodge the first 2 enemies. It's not that bad after a bit. I hit the third one. I do a WMB, a small spin like WMB, cancel on this enemy. So I can spin here and do a downwards dash on stick. You can do this on D-pad. I know Force does it on D-pad, but I'm comfortable with doing this on stick. And once if you wanna hit, you know when you hit this wall when you're close to these 2 spikes. This was a solid one. It wasn't a perfect one at all, but it was a solid one. And then you wanna do another dash, mostly to the right with slightly a bit up, which I kinda failed here, as you will see. Like here, I meant to go very close to this oblet, which I didn't. So I lost about 0.15 to 0.2 on that. But the downwards dash was good, so I'm still on pretty good pace. And here, I will come back on this later for the people that wanna get very low scores. Since my friends Max and Flix have really great scores on this invasion and have made me understand how this invasion actually works. At the end of the video, I will say how you can save a bit of time on this section. But for now, you just wanna do 2 spins, and then once you cross this corner, do the 3rd spin. Make sure to not do this early. Once you do the last spin, you wanna do a water jump, which can be done on D-pad with holding up and then last second spinning and then holding up again. Like spinning D-pad right and then holding up again on D-pad. I do it on stick, I do it the exact same thing but on stick. Here I didn't get it perfectly at all, but you follow this up with a big jump and you try to get an early GP. Only big jump. Like, it's worth it to, even if you get a slow water jump, to do a big jump here. Not a spin jump, big jump. This can be really worth it, because if you play the end section well, you have incredible speeds. So you wanna dash pretty early on those 2 toads. You can do this on D-pad down right, I'm pretty sure. I didn't do that, I just angled on stick. But as you can see, I came from the top part, and you do not, absolutely do not wanna do a WMB till you make sure you kill the second toad. So you do the cancel of WMB, you spin early to get to this toad, you W and B, and then you spin again to the finish. Make sure not to bonk here, loses 0.25. Now I'm gonna show the section here with the saw blades. So I'm gonna actually go to Max Serious video. So, the way you do, I'm gonna also show the good right dash. He went pretty high, but this is still much better. So, what you do here is, he stays very close to the saw blades every time. He does a spin on D-pad, right, then instantly holds upright. Once the spin dash is done, he dashes right, so he gets the angle of right D-pad, but he holds upright on D-pad after that for a tiny bit. He did this once, he stays again close to the saw blade. Staying close to the saw blades actually gives a slight boost. No idea why that happens, but it happens. He does it again here. You can do this on stick. I did this on stick. I wasn't able to get a run with it. I did fail at a few 0.2s, but you can essentially dash right on stick, then instantly sort of flick up, and you will get this effect that he gets here. You will see, guys. So sort of like up, like dashing and then up. So this is the D-pad upright thing I'm talking about. For those two dashes, whilst staying close to this saw blade and this saw blade. After that, this dash he does on stick, sort of uprightish on stick, and I think he does water jump on joystick as well, and then gets a way better ending. He still does the ending on stick as me, but he just does it way better. Has a way better and faster cancel. And I think that's everything. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I will send both runs on the description, and if you have any questions, please let me know. But that will be, thank you guys.